You are tuned in to episode 50, episode 50, the Goodfellas podcast. G5 Jeff TV, aka G5, aka 5, aka the Guru. Got my man VP Shane in the building. What's going on, little bro?
I'm good, man.
Down the bottom, we got everybody's favorite guy, BoxingFirstVlog, aka the General, aka Blunt, aka Blunt Bayless in the building. What is going on, good brother?
Oh man, just bobbing and weaving in these boxing streets, trying to stay accident free. You dig?
Absolutely, absolutely. Um, Actually, our topic for today is Mr. Gary Russell Jr., and then we're gonna sprinkle into whatever we're gonna sprinkle into. Gary Russell, there's a report came out said that he has a slight injury going uh into this fight with Mark McSial this Saturday. Um I read the article, it was pretty interesting. Big shout out to Ashley's Corner too. She put a video out on that um earlier this morning. Big shout out to her. And I think we gotta talk about this one, man. We gotta talk about this one. Now he didn't disclose what the injury was, but he did say he had a slight injury going into the fight. So Shane, I'm gonna start with you. Like when you hear a fighter say that they're openly coming into a fight with an injury and they're actually open about it in the media, like what's your initial thoughts on that?
I mean, there's only a few times where I've actually heard a fighter themselves say that they're injured before a fight. And the common factor in those samples is majority of the time it's loaded. So they're either in a situation where they're trying to get their opponent to drop the guard, or the opponent has already the opponent is favored. So it's almost a case of not just preparing the excuses, but building a little bit more pressure going into a fight. You know, making the opponent feel like they have a little bit of overconfidence and complacency. In Gary Russell's case, it's a bit different because to me, wait, firstly, who said that he was injured? Was it Gary Russell or was it someone part of his team?
Nah, it was from him. He was getting interviewed and it was on Boxing Scene.
Okay, so using my brain, it just seems like he's preparing an excuse.
That's the vibe you get?
Yeah, because I don't see another benefit. Magsayo's not a dude who's gonna get overconfident. Magsayo's a dude who's probably not even gonna read the publication and take it into consideration. So majority of the time, Jeff, when you're in the build up to a fight, you're either talking to the fans to sell a fight or you're talking to your opponent. In this case, he's talking to fans because you can clearly tell that there's no rivalry between the two fighters. His direction. It could be a case of him trying to sell a fight and make people more interested because he is injured. I guess it could be that. But the most obvious answer is he's probably trying to prepare an excuse.
Vlog, what you thinking, bro?
I'm thinking my prediction may come through. I said draw. This leads to that draw. You got the layoff, and you saying you injured. So again, draw. Give me a second, man.
Yeah.
Oh, that was pretty quick. The motherfuckers must be in the goddamn G6. Anyway, as I said though, I think that leads to my prediction because along with this man, that's a long layoff, bro. 2 years, bro. That's the type of layoff dudes that go into retirement take and then come back.
How old is Gary Russell now?
30 something.
32.
Yeah.
Someone check that.
He don't got a lot of wear and tear. Huh?
Someone check that.
I got it.
All right, but as I was saying though, like I said, with the layoff and the style of fighter that he's going against, and the position that fighter's in, that fighter's in a position to come right back to Showtime, create another bag situation with a semi-mega fight. I'm not going to say a big fight because it's hard to get a real mega fight in these smaller divisions, but which they're developing. But 126 has been kind of cold. So he's that guy that can help spark it or give it some rejuvenation again. So I don't think they want to put him in a bad predicament, so to speak, with a bad judgment or anything like that. So I'm like I said, man, I think draw, bro. For some reason, I feel a draw. Then your man come out with nicked up. I'm like, well, how you nicked up, bro? You've been laying around for 2 fucking years.
But that's
I'm
why.
Be disrespectful.
No, but that's why. That's why. When you've been on a layoff for so long, and then you try to put your body into overdrive straight away, there's a chance of injury. That's just a fact.
Yeah, I'm glad that point came up. He's 33, by the way. Big shout out to TMFC Moss City's 33. He's 33 years old. Padman McGriff in the building. Big shout out to the big homie, Padman McGriff. Actually, that's a great question because when boxers take long layoffs, Padman, if you're still listening, if I'm not mistaken, the welterweight that you're working with, Maurice Lee, actually, he hasn't been in the ring, and I think in over 2 years. It's been two plus years, and he's 12-0. So I know he's been working with you for a little bit. So if you can, I think the last time he fought was late 2019 or something like that. So that's actually a good insight we could get on how do you actually coast a fighter that's been out for so long? How do you coast them back into, like get into a groove? You know what I mean?
It's different with Gary Russell though, because this isn't the first time he's had a long layoff out of the ring, so it's a bit different for him.
Well, the thing is though, you can
let me just add to it is different because it's 2 years, bro. His other layoffs have been a year. That's pretty consistent for what his promotion does in any way. But this is 2 years. That extra year could take an edge off of you, bro, off of your elite skills, your speed.
When did he last fight?
2 years ago.
But when?
Gary last fought. Hold on.
I think
February 2020.
Yeah, so it's 2 years. It's
2
almost
years.
2 years. It's 2 years.
Yeah, and you know what? Like, and I can add this on too. Between the long layoff for Gary Russell, his dad. So I did hear that his dad foot got amputated, and he's training himself. Would you say he's having just as many uphill battles as Teofimo did?
He's probably having more.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What you think, Blood?
I think I'm gonna add a little bit to you.
Okay.
Also, the internal competition with siblings. His brother has been getting some shine.
Good point.
So,
but the way the brothers are.
Hold on, let him go, Shane.
Come on, bro.
Go ahead,
you know what? You a brother, so you gotta know brothers have a certain little bit of rivalry going on. It may not, bro. Hold on, Shane. Shane. Here's the hole where you get ready to fall into. You gonna tell me there's no rivalry between the twins?
Yeah, there is.
Thank you. So Gary, hold on. With Gary being on the bench and his brother on this, what you can call a contender run, this would psychologically may have something to do with him pushing himself in camp to get this injury that he's saying he had. So psychologically, he has a little bit more baggage, along with what you guys just forementioned. So I'm
personally ain't buying that excuse for just that one specifically. Everything else I believe. But
no, if you add it with that though, that's a natural thing though, Shane. Come on now, bro.
I get what you're saying, but the reason why I'm not accepting that is because the persona and personality that Gary Russell has, just by nature, is one of someone who's very delusional. So his brother's success, I don't even feel like it would even come on his radar as a comparison where they even brought into like, you can't even compete with me. That's where I feel like Gary Russell will be looking at it. This is a dude who's very, very arrogant. Very, very, very arrogant.
Why you say he arrogant?
Bro, this dude, if you just look at the way he speaks, the way he sees himself, is higher than reality.
But ain't that what you're supposed to do though? You're supposed to promote yourself though, right?
No, of course. But there's a fine line between confidence and delusion. And he's gone over that line of delusion, bro.
So okay, so what is he? Because I'm kind of curious. I'm surprised that you said this. I actually want to dig into that a little bit more. Like what does he say specifically, or maybe what issue has Gary brought up to make you go that route in terms of your opinion of him? Because when I think of Gary, I don't think of delusional. I don't think of delusional when I think of Gary.
Okay, when you make a statement without fact and based on emotion and your opinion, in addition to being naturally overconfident. So majority of the things Gary Russell says is within a world of it's just not real, it's fake.
Give me an example. Let me help him out real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
The delusion of thinking he can really go toe to toe with Terrence Crawford inside of boxing.
That's a delusion.
I can get where he's coming from. Those sort of rampages that he went on when we was in our little cold stint with the situation. So I get what Shane's saying a little.
The delusion that
delusional to he need help like with a doctor, but I could get where Shane is coming from.
To me, I think Deontay Wilder's delusional to a certain degree. I think Gary Russell's delusion when he says everybody's ducking him, Devin Haney's ducking him, everybody. That's a level of delusion. That is a level of delusion because that's not fact. That's a level of delusion. Now, as Blunt said, he's not got to go see a shrink, but you can clearly see this is a dude who, even when he's talking about Lomachenko, this is a dude who's just delusional.
So, with Gary, so now I know personally because I had a conversation with him on Twitter about the Bud thing personally, because I know I said something about it. And he responded to me directly. And he said, I just, I had the same sentiments as everybody else. I'm just like, bro, like you too small. Like you too small. You got a lot of work within your weight class. Like focus on your weight class. He basically was like, he understood all that, but he was just like the him and Bud thing was personal. If a grown man tells me he got something personal against another grown man, especially in that realm, whether it's boxing, MMA, or whatever the case may be, I'm like, if it's personal, then that's just how you feeling, regardless of that.
I would believe that if it was just Crawford. The dude talks about Devin Haney like that. The dude even spoke about Kambosos like that.
No, but the Devin Haney thing is not delusion because we know there was contracts exchanged. They just didn't like the wording, neither one of them. So that wasn't delusion.
No, it's delusional to say that Devin Haney ducked you. That's delusional.
Shane, that's not true. That's not true. If there was contracts exchanged and you don't like the wording in each one, then neither one of them is delusional. The contracts ain't work.
It's delusional to say he got ducked.
That's my point. That's my point.
Jeff, listen to yourself. You said contracts were exchanged. So nobody technically was ducking. The wordplay just didn't manufacture. So there really is no duck in there. So if the man said somebody ducked them and they had a sit down, they just couldn't agree, that's delusional. So Shane kind of is starting to have some points here. You know what I mean? I don't like the word delusional per se.
I guess again, I got a problem with the word again. Yeah, there's plenty of dudes that say they get ducked and all types of stuff, and it's not true. But I don't call them delusional though.
I get what you're saying.
I don't like the word.
I don't like the word
delusional until we can come up with a better word because I don't want to put no cap on the board like that. He is a reigning champion.
So that's what I'm saying.
But wait. To defend my point, I feel like majority of fighters are delusional. I believe that majority of fighters are delusional, because if you look at the definition of delusion, they live in a world that is absent from reality. They see things that is against the reality. That's being delusional.
What?
Majority of fighters are like that. His version of reality is just so far gone that he's just on a higher spectrum of delusion than majority of fighters.
This is why I have a problem with the word, though. If a fighter don't say nothing and they don't hype themselves up, what's the first thing we saying? They don't do nothing to promote themselves. Am I correct?
Yes, but if
Yes.
you look how
But if
far
you
he's
hold on,
gone,
but if you hold on, let me finish. But if you are realistic about yourself and you don't reach for the stars, nobody's gonna pay you any mind. I'll give you an example. Rolly is delusional. Like Rolly
yes,
is legit delusional
mhm,
because everything he talks about, his skill set doesn't match, his wins don't match,
mhm,
none of it matches.
yeah,
But he talks that talk, and
yeah.
we consider it what? He's promoting himself. He actually talked his way into a tank fight. There's no way
It's
on
still
God's green earth.
it's still delusional. It's
But
still
that's what I'm
delusional.
saying. I'm like, but if a guy, what's the problem with most fighters? They don't promote themselves, right?
Yeah, but
If you were average, hold on, Shane. If you were average fighter, right, and you're promoting yourself as an average fighter, how are you gonna get somebody to pay attention to your ass?
so my point remains the same. Just because someone could be delusional doesn't mean that I don't respect their ability to promote themselves. And it also doesn't mean that I don't feel like they're right to be delusional. I think Floyd's delusional to a certain degree. He's still my favorite fighter, bro. It don't make a difference. Just because you displayed certain traits that make you delusional doesn't mean it's wrong. Doesn't mean it's wrong. You see my point? I'll give you an example. If a 10-year-old says, I want to grow up to be better than Floyd Mayweather, majority of people around him saying you're delusional. By the end of the day, he sees things the way he sees it. However, the reason why I have a problem with Gary is because his actions don't match his words. That's why I have a problem with Gary. He talks all this talk. At the end of the day, bro, who's he fighting? That's my problem. That's
I
my
agree with that.
Hey, now you
I
got
agree
to
with
give him
that.
credit for taking this one on a 2-year comeback.
no, but I'm not isolating one fight over a career, bro. This dude has had several title fights. I mean, has had several years as champion. And how much title fights has he got? I just told you, bro. Navarrette's got more title fights than him, and he's held the title for
This
2
No,
years.
that's untrue. We said your boy
I
got like
checked.
6 or 7.
I checked. Navarrette's got 9. I checked. Navarrette's got 9. It's 9 fights since he fought Dogby.
So let me throw this in real quick. Little sidebar.
That's fucked up.
Navarrete, I would be surprised if Navarrete's guarantee is 250,000. His guarantee is probably less than 250,000.
Mhm.
So when you
hold up,
have
Jeff. But to defend Navarrete, if you doubling and tripling and quadrupling that 250, you got a bag, bro.
no, but that's my point. That's exactly what I'm getting at. If your guarantee is $250,000, they're gonna give you more opportunities to fight because they're only throwing you 250,000. We already know that Gary's guarantee is over $1 million.
Fact.
And he brings no fans into the equation. So even though that's true with Navarrete, it's kind of a loaded statement because he gets more opportunities because he makes less money.
No,
So
that
hold
doesn't
on,
have to be-
vlog. This is simple.
That's the case. You can burn the candle from both ends with that on that particular
But
scenario.
no,
You can't
he
because it's simple
gets
math.
more
So
opportunities.
hold up. No, what I'm saying is either fighter, you're going to have fighters that'll take it either way. That's what I mean when I say you can burn the candle from either way.
I'm with you. But put yourself in a promoter's shoes or in Al's shoes. Are you gonna give the guy that makes 200,000 9 opportunities, or you gonna get a guy that makes $1 million 9 opportunities?
But
That don't bring no fan base.
What I'm gonna say to this, if you keep giving that same guy the same 200,000 at the third fight, that may change. They may come back and look back and see they road work in managers and his lawyers and whoever, and be like, "Hold up, Brody." So
I can agree with that.
That can bite you in the butt. I don't know what's going on.
It still don't get to $1 million though.
Jeff, the issue isn't the guarantee, bro. The issue is the fact that he can't justify his guarantee. If he was
That's what I'm
generating
saying.
if he was generating the money, then he's gonna get 9 he's gonna get 10 opportunities because if every time I send the dude out to fight, the dude's making me 2-3 million on top of what I'm paying him, I'm gonna send him out to fight every week.
But that's why
But he's not.
I worded the question the way I worded it.
No, I've said that to say this, bro. With Gary Russell, when you talk about when Gary Russell talks about himself, he talks about himself from a perspective that isn't real. It's fake. This idea that he's not in any position to be turning down contracts, bro. He's not in any position to be. He's fighting once a year, and in this case, he's fought once in 2 years. So either way you look at it, I'm pretty sure Navarrete's made more money than him in the last year. I'm pretty sure because he made 0, and Navarrete fought 3 times last year.
My dude, you don't know who his side chick is. I'm telling you, he laying up with somebody in that family, bro. He got to be with an auntie, a cousin, because, bro, 2 years and they let you hold the strap, no injury, no drug situation.
And you got a mandatory. And you have a mandatory.
He can't even say he was in jail. I'm just saying, bro. Timestamp that one, bro.
At least Broner could say he was in jail.
Literally.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just Gary Russell's 33. He's, in my personal opinion, I'm like, he's wasted the last 5 years of his career. But I can also say that there is some stuff that's going on behind the scenes with Gary Russell and Al Heyman that we just don't know about. This is the only guy in the Al Heyman stable that hasn't had a public problem with Al or ever said anything bad about Al. And he gets this little bit amount of opportunities under the umbrella. Like there's not one Al Heyman fighter that has this little opportunity. And I know what people are going to say, he's not officially signed to Al. Every fight that he's had is under Al. Like, under what capacity their business arrangement is in, whatever. At the end of the day, I'm like, there's something going on because it's almost like a blackball feel to it. Like, if I didn't know no better, I would be like, this is kind of like on some blackball type shit.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro, I think that's part of him too. If you saying there's nothing on paper that tells you I need 4 fights in 3 years, I need 5 fights in 4 years, you're controlling something that says whenever there's open date, book me. That's what I'm feeling like they're on. They're on just a handshake sort of thing. And I think he loves the craft, but he don't love it enough for the fan. See, a lot of fighters love it enough to actually really come out and entertain folks. I don't think he does love the game enough to be that entertaining side. So
I mean, he's a great fighter, but even when you look at this, I mean, let's bring it back to the whole injury situation. I just personally feel like this is a fighter who's taken 2 years out the ring for whatever reason you want to say, whatever reason, and now he's coming out with the fact that he's injured or he's supposedly has some form of injury. I just want to know the motive behind it. I just want to really know the motive behind it.
I don't hold up. This could be a new Gary. We knew him to take a chill pill from the sort of negative interviews he had been putting out, the little lives he was throwing up on his own Instagram channel, things like that, or page or whatever you want to call it. But anyway, like, I think he took a chill from that. Maybe family situations helped him calm down. So he could be revised and coming different towards the press and just being open. Like, I'm trying to just give him the benefit of the doubt and try to look at it from a different position, he being in his shoes. He could maybe be like, I got nicked. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but I ain't gonna really get into it. Because I think if he really wanted to make it be that reason, he could be like, it's a little knee, but they passed me, but it's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't really saying that. So I think we gotta, on the same time, we kind of not nitpicking, but we analyzing this scenario. We got to look at it from the other side also.
I remember when Dylan White was fighting Joseph Parker, and in the build up to the fight, I think it was the day before the fight or something. Dylan White spoke about the fact that he injured his ribs in the fight, in build up to the fight, and the reason why he said that was when he went on the scales, he was heavier than he usually is, and his excuse was the reason why I was heavy was because the last couple of days I wasn't able to do cardio because I injured my ribs. Now I don't know if Gary's in that situation where he could be in a like he's also trying to load up excuses to make weight. Why did you not make weight? I've been injured. You see my point? It could be something like that.
Yeah, I know. I think vlog. Good point, Shane. Good point. It just Gary Russell. Oh, he because of how he operates, and again, whether you want to use delusional promotion, whatever word we want to use, he leaves a lot open to be interpreted because of his inactivity, because of the things that he says and the things that he does. He leaves it open for guys like us to be like, well, what about this? Well, what about that? Well, what about this? There's a lot of question marks with Gary. So if you
But
want to say that he's delusional because there's so many question marks with him, I don't really have a problem with that. But like Vlog said, there's always two sides to the coin, but Gary
My
just
thing
does, he
is,
don't make it easy. He don't make it easy for us. He don't make it easy for us. Go ahead, Vlog.
this particular question just leads us only for what I don't think we've really done in his past career, analyze the ring. Like his ring with the work he does in the ring, I don't think we hear it. I don't think we picked at that one time. But when you talk injury after such a long layoff, now you open up yourself to how you actually show up in the ring, which Shane just mentioned, weight. So I mean, he's kind of doing it to himself, really. You understand what I'm talking? You know what I mean? I don't know if it's going to help people tune into the fight, but you know, I
I
just
mean, it's
think
just
it's for
the
sure
older
he
you
opened
get,
himself up to the media, and we the media, so it is what it
yeah,
is.
it's just the older you get. I mean, the older you get, the more injuries you're gonna have, and I'm just saying it's just not a good it's not a
If
good
we
match
saying he
for him
actually 33 planet wise, then he 43 body wise.
I
because
mean,
he been doing this since he was a kid.
That's what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
understand. I understand everything you guys are saying, but there's one thing having an injury, but there's another thing admitting to it. That's the part I don't understand, bro. As I said, there's only a few
Yeah.
occasions I can actually
But
remember where
that's
dudes
what
Hey
I'm
Shane,
come
saying.
can I
out and
add on
say,
to that?
Shane, you're not giving them the benefit of the doubt of just being an open fighter right now.
no,
Again,
I
we
get you, but
forementioned when you go through things that affect you spiritually, family incidences, losses, things of this nature, that could change you as a person, and you can maybe come into yourself and just be more settled in yourself and be more honest and forthcoming.
Yeah, the thing is about that vlog, all that can be true. Your opponent ain't gotta know that though.
I was just about to say that. That's
Nobody
like
like
doing the
nobody like the
cardio.
thing is from a strategy. So vlog, if you go if you if you going into if me and you about to go into a sparring match, right? We gonna spar. If you got a problem with your hand, you're not gonna come out and tell me you got a problem with your hand before the sparring. Or you got a problem with your knee. You're not gonna tell me you got a problem with your knee before the sparring. So I'm like, all of that may be true with Gary. It's just I don't understand why he made it public and nobody asked him about it. That's the point. That's the point I want to make. Nobody asked him was he injured. He openly offered the information for his opponent to know. You know what I mean? Like so that's
Okay,
the part that's
hold
kind
on.
of
Jeff,
confusing.
answer me a question, bro. You
Yes.
saying like you acting like he divulged information. He actually didn't divulge any fucking thing, bro. He just created a world storm of conversation. As you said, he had baby girl up 4-5 o'clock in the morning chiming in on it. Salute to Ashley's corner. That being said, who's to say it's true? This
No,
is
that's
Gary
right.
Russell. He is delusional. Remember, Shane said the man delusional.
That's why I said when I started this conversation, what is the motive? What is the motive behind the
War
statement like
games,
this?
baby. War games. It's war games,
gonna-
baby.
But Blunt, let's go reverse back to my original statement. That works, bro, if your opponent is paying attention to you. Let's keep it real. I don't even know if Magsayo even speaks English. So I don't even know if he's gonna come across that or even pay that any mind. It's different, bro. If me and you are leading up to if me and you are leading up to a fight.
Shane, that's the point. You just said Max Sale don't have to be paying attention to nothing. His trainers, his managers, the people that do speak English are gonna be like, "Yo, such and such, we heard this. Maybe step on the gas earlier. Maybe
No,
go." Which Gary could be like, "I want you to. That way, I'll take you into deep waters and I can really outbox you because you extra tired." So you talking mental warfare.
That is a legitimate answer that you've given, and that is plausible. I can see that being the case because let's rewind. Wasn't Fury's father saying Tyson Fury isn't ready for Wilder? He was saying Tyson Fury's out of shape. He was saying all of this stuff about Tyson Fury before the third fight. At the end of the day, bro, he went in that fight and still won. So maybe it could be a
But
case
that
of
fight
trying
got
to
pushed back though.
No, I'm talking about even when the fight happened, the week of the fight, bro. He done an interview saying all of the things I just mentioned. He's done an interview saying, I don't want the fight to happen. This was the same week of the fight.
Well,
You know what happened that week, Shane? I'm gonna be honest. The wife, Fury wife, they went and took the roles from Pops, and he was mad.
Now I'm just saying he could have been saying it. No, but I'm just saying he could have been saying it for the same reason that you just said. Gamesmanship. Maybe you're trying to build a bit of complacency in your opponent. Maybe. I'm just saying.
Can I ask both of y'all a question?
Can I
Go ahead.
say this?
Go ahead, bro.
Shane be so serious. He don't even take a second to just laugh, bro. Like, stop looking so serious. You're not being interviewed by detectives, bro. We just talking boxing, baby. Take it easy, young fella. Nah, but go ahead, just shoot your shot, baby.
Yo,
shoot your shot.
Is Moxie worth the gamesmanship? Because I don't think so. I don't think so.
See, that's another.
Wow, I think that's a little bit disrespectful to that Filipino class, the fighters that they produce over there, bro.
I don't care. He ain't worth the gamesmanship.
If you didn't do it for Loma, I'm wondering why you're doing it for Magsayo. If you didn't do it for Loma.
He was worried about Loma. He might not be worried about a guy he should be worried about. So he's showing some shit out.
Shane.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm going to sign up for the delusional thing. I'm going to tell you why, though. It has nothing to do with what you said, though. This injury thing, if you notice, when he talks about Loma, he brings up, he says, except for him saying he got outboxed, he says, oh, well, I was injured going into the fight. He should feel like he lost because he wasn't able to knock me out.
He said
that's delusional. That's delusional.
That is definitely delusional.
That is very delusional.
I didn't even know he said that. I didn't even know he said that, bro.
So he's had moments of, I was going to say a word that don't even exist, but words of delusion. I was going to say delusionability. That ain't even a word.
That's something Blunt will say.
Yeah, delusionability. That put on the shirt. But that's what I'm saying, though. Like, he's had moments where I'm like, yo, bro, like, that's a little out of pocket. Like, so, fair enough.
Let's run through these comments, though.
Let's run through them.
I see YSM building. Shout out to YSM.
Padman said he will have knockout power. You have to start over, but a fighter has to be willing to change his old method to new method. So he's talking about Maurice Lee and getting a guy that hasn't been in the ring in a while. Reach out to Gary Russell for me. I would love to help him and give him some knockout power. Listen, hey Padman, if he don't have no trainer, and he's in that, where is he from? Maryland?
He might need
Maryland,
your
right?
services.
He might need your services. No, that's a fact. We can timestamp that too. Clarence McLean, what's going on, good brother? Why is some in the building? What's going on, bro? He said Gary's a product of the boxing business. Great fighter, but opponents feel he's not worth the risk. Here's the thing though. It's why is some let me actually respond. Let me read that again. Gary is a product of the boxing business. Great fighter, but opponents feel he's not worth the risk. If he was under any other person on God's green earth, I would agree with that 100%. But the problem is Gary Russell's guarantee is over 7 figures. Why? Because of Al. Who has the biggest roster? Al. Do we know of Gary Russell having any sustaining injuries that might take a year and a half, 2 years to recover? No. So I think he's the product of some mistakes that he probably made. But if you're with the biggest guy, the most powerful person in boxing, and with the company with the biggest roster, there should really be no reason why you can't get fights like
That's a
better.
fact.
Maybe not the top, maybe not the top tier, but a little above the mandatory though.
I mean, even Errol Spence, for example, he's had a car accident, eye injury. The dude's about to fight soon.
That's why I said Gary may not be a boxer with the fans' sort of passion for boxing.
He talks like he is, though.
Again, there you go to your word delusional. Timestamp it. Boxing First Vlog didn't use that word. It's just part of the conversation. So I don't need this. Nobody be seeing me in these boxing streets. I don't want no smoke. I'm nervous. That being said, I just think, bro, you got to cut the dude a break, man. You already know this dude has been wishy-washy. The high level talk, but not pushing to really get deals done or even be, to me, he's the dude that don't want to play the undercard. He don't want to be a co-main. He's that kind of dude to me. He's a dude that's like, yo, if there's not a month and 2 months in between people that fight in my division, I'm not fighting. Like, he got to be the only dude at 126 fighting during that span. Because if you look back, he's been quiet when the other parts of the division been active, and he's a champion.
I mean, even Leo, what's it called? Leo Santa Cruz. He's at that weight class, bro.
It's so many guys
issues, he got weight issues. I think that's the problem with Leo. That's why that's why the fight with Tank was 130. It wasn't.
But this fight's at 126.
Not that fight. He didn't win no 126 belt when he knocked out Leo Santa Cruz. That was 130.
No, I mean now. This fight's at 126.
I know he got forced. Either you.
No, I know. I'm agreeing with you, but I'm saying that's a fight that could have potentially been made.
But that's more so Tank can't make 126 more so than Leo Santa Cruz having weight problems though.
But Tank and them don't really chase belts like that. If it's part of the selling of an event, they'll do it. But per se to be like, yo, we want to go really represent and stack belts. You know what I mean? I think they're using Tank as a I don't want to say show prop, but as a main event, as a marquee. I don't want to say show prop. That was a bad words.
But this is probably how that went. Tank probably said, "Hey, if you want a pay-per-view fight with me, you got to come up to 130. Yes or no?"
There you go.
I don't think that's a Leo Santa Cruz weight problem. I think they just gave him a proposition and he took it.
Well, obviously he didn't go right back down. He was talking about campaigning his next fight at 130.
This is his first fight back though. He went back down.
Again,
yeah, but that's because he's being forced. He's being
forced to. Jeff.
You got to remember the
word on the street after the knockout, and I think with about 2 months they came back. Social media, little chime, showing family pics, a little gym action. Word was they gonna be back in the ring soon at 130.
And Matchroom, last month, was trying to petition for Lee Wood and Conlon to be for that title. It's now that Leo's fighting for that title's off the line now. So I'm assuming Eddie Hearn would have probably petitioned for that fight, and Leo trying to keep hold of the strap, him being forced into going back down to 126. If not, you lose your title.
So
I'm
that's why I
assuming.
have a problem with the force word. If he wants to go up to 130, he can't take the 126 belt up with him. So if he wanted to go up to 130, he could have just went up to 130.
And
So
relinquish his
he's
right.
not, yeah. So why is he being forced to go back down to 126 if he wants to be at 130? That's what I'm saying.
Because you
Forced.
don't
I got
have
a
a
problem with the
title at
word.
one. You don't have a title at 130.
But when he made the statement that he wanted his next fight,
what
hold
I
on,
mean.
hold on, bro, hold on, real quick. Because he said he wanted to campaign at 130, he didn't have a belt when he said he wanted to campaign at 130. So that don't matter.
Not at 130, but
Exactly.
not,
That's what I'm saying. Like he never had a belt at 130 to say that he wanted to campaign at 130. So if he wanted to fight at 130, he was going to fight at 130 without a belt because he don't have one. You
yeah,
understand what
fair
I'm
enough.
saying? So
But
with the strap at 126, if he wants to go down and defend that belt, he's going down there to defend it. But if he wants to go to 130, he could just go to 130 and nobody's going to force him to do anything. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Go ahead, Flo.
When I think they said that, you got to understand, there's a lot of management going on. There's a lot of wordplay. There's a lot of like ping pong when it comes to weights and opportunities at certain weight classes. Now, you came off a loss to Tank. That doesn't necessarily take a name like Leo Santa Cruz out of 130 title picture. If it's across the street.
Not off of a knockout loss like that, though.
Again, maybe the other champ think they can knock you out too, and Al is sitting you across the street.
But if they
Tell me that's not the type of fighter that PBC wouldn't let go.
But if somebody comes off a knockout, any fighter that comes off a knockout loss like that, usually is not going to get a title shot in the next weight class in the next fight. Can we agree on that?
It was the same weight class that he was in when he got knocked out, so it's not like you're saying he got knocked out in his original weight class and wanted to go to 130 and look for a title.
How do you get knocked out in a new weight class and your next fight is a title fight? That's my point.
Your name keeps you in that vicinity. The activity of what happened to it, Jeff, every time the reaction, like a final event from a fight happens, does not necessarily take fighters out of title consideration, main event sort of fights, bro.
I'm asking you, but it goes back to the force thing. What I'm saying is Leo Santa Cruz is not forced to do anything because regardless of him getting knocked out by Tank, almost any guy he fights at 126, he's the A side. The majority of the guys he fight, the ones that they're rumoring him with, he's the A side over all of them. Can we all agree with that? Can we agree on that?
Though, Jeff.
Hold on, can you answer that though?
I mean, at 126, I don't think it's deep at PBC at 126.
But answer my question: is he the A side against any?
But I give you this.
Is he the A side in any situation at 126?
Most likely, yeah.
So when the guy is a champion and he's the A side, you can't say that he's being forced.
No, I give you, and almost to cut the line, you could also look at it from a perspective of they could have threw him in there with Chris Colbert for the vacant title at 130 because that's what Chris Colbert's fighting for. They could have threw him in there with Chris Colbert at 130.
Now, for Chris Colbert, of course, you take that because he needs a career-defining fight. From a Leo Santa Cruz standpoint, what's a better option for you facing a difficult guy like Chris Colbert or going back down to 126 where you have a belt, you're the A side, and you're probably at a very minimum. Exactly.
Go down to 126.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. It's not a forced situation. Like he's doing what's best for
probably
him.
The best option
that's the best option for him. Correct. That's the best. That's the only point I was trying to make. Like that was the best option for him.
Where were we in
let's keep on. Yeah, let's keep on going. Conrad in the building. What's going on, bro? Said definitely could be gamesmanship.
We spoke about that.
Yeah, that's sad if he's doing gamesmanship with a mandatory that's not really that hot in these streets. But I mean, if that's what he want to do. Cool. Conrad said, "Do you think Gary respects his opponent that much?" That's the question. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Bro, I'm trying to tell you, bro. You got Jeff looking at it from a glitz and glamour perspective with this dude, Max Sayo. Bro, if you really look at this dude's work inside the ring, he's a real problem for a guy that's coming off a 2-year layoff.
I don't believe anything Blunt's saying because I know Blunt's just defending a bit. That's why. Blunt's defending a bit, bro.
Man, what
is
the
defending the bet, bro.
bro? I'm telling you, I watched that fight, bro. The cat was down on the cars. He was getting outboxed, but the dog in him just. I mean, he was gonna break that chain, and he broke that chain, and he rocked the
There's
boy world.
nothing that I see in Mag Sale where Gary Russell should be using gamesmanship against Mag Sale. This is Gary Russell, bro. This is Gary
This is
Russell.
bad. This is not good. It's
Now
not
you're
good.
delusional. Now you're delusional.
Bro,
You're
this is
delusional.
Gary Russell, bro. This is supposed to be someone who can beat Crawford. You think Crawford will be using gamesmanship against Mag Sale?
Man, bro, I'm telling you, this cat is a problem. That's like you not trying to fuck with a dude like, but what's my dude from the welterweight class?
Retired.
Batayev. That's like not trying to play mental games with Batayev. If you recognize there's a problem
If you're Errol Spence, would you play mental games with Retired? I wouldn't.
Yes, I would. I think he would play the Flossie game. He would play the king game. I'm the king. You know what I mean? He would play that elegant, that you know what I mean? You got to step up and come see me type of thing. I think he would play a certain position in that build up, in that promotion.
You think AJ should have played mental games with Usyk?
He's too nice.
Yeah, I think he should have got back to his roots, nigga. Act like you're a yard boy. Come see him. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. Like, get in the trenches. He, again, them silk sheets as y'all bought up from months ago.
Hold on. Conrad said to bother playing mind games on him. Yeah, that's what he was saying. That's that Philly disrespect. And while he busting a grub, no less. Hey man, listen, man. It is what it is, man. Bruce Goes in the building, man. It's my guy right there, man. Big shout out to Bruce Goes. Burtwood Vlog. Dana White said he patterned Don King. My point is Dana puts on the fights, not waiting years. Plus undercard or contenders.
It's easy to do that when you run the whole entire sport, you know.
Yeah.
Now, hold up. I get where he's saying he did it. That don't make it fucking right, bro.
Look at those dudes at UFC's
don't make it right, bro.
Look at their person. Dudes at UFC's purses are real low, bro.
Bro, some of them dudes can barely pay for their medical bills, bro.
Bro, just quick side note, yeah. I swear, Eddie Hearn's the biggest hustler. Did you hear about the whole 300,000 Dylan White thing?
Nah.
So basically, the reason why they petitioned for it to be 80-20 for tomorrow was because they said Dylan White's purse was 300,000 and Fury was 20 million. And this is how you know Dylan, Eddie Hearn's a straight gangster. He basically said to Tyson Fury, I hope he paid 30% on that 20 million. The reason why Dylan White put down 300,000 is that's how much we recorded. And he said Dylan White owns his shows. So the purse he puts down is what he gets paid for the fight. All the back end money we don't put down. This dude said this on camera. And he said it with no chill. So to me, bro, you know this dude knows how to. For the first time, we've seen a dude talk about how the back end works. And I've never really known about it, but he basically spoke about how the back end works.
I did. It's kind of like
But you've never heard a promoter talk about the back end and how they hide and disguise the back end money so the sanctioning fees don't get paid, because that's basically what he said.
I've heard that before, but just on a smaller scale though. I've heard that off camera. Let me say that I've heard that off camera. But I do know, like, if a guy, like, think about it, Spence and Porter was reported to make $2 million. Mm-hmm. Like, do you honestly think they made $2 million? Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, no, so,
not, but I've never understood how they disguise it. How do you hide? How do you hide it? And he basically said it on camera, which I found out. Wow, he actually gave away the game.
Yeah, you put. So what happens is, like, with these sanctioning fees and all that, like you said, like you paying sanctioning fees on. There's a difference between paying sanctioning fees on 20 million versus 300,000. So if you put
Right.
down 300,000, then they taking 2% of $300,000, and then you make everything on the back end. So it's kind of like in the NFL, right? How NFL contracts work, and Vlog can attest to this. A guy can sign a contract for $50 million, and they could say 40 million of that is guaranteed. So on the contract each year, it might be a 5-year contract, $50 million. But what they might do is his salary may be $2 million for 5 years, which equals 10. But then they give him a $40 million signing bonus, which equals up to the 50. So he only counts as 2 million against the cap. Am I correct, Vlog?
Facts.
That's how that goes. So it's that's how it is similar to boxing, in that sense. So it's like they're hiding the money, but they're like, it's kind of like you putting a stash in the drawer where the forks and knives are, but the bulk of the money is up in the cookie jar in the top over the stove. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like that. You know what I'm saying? So
no, I get that.
Yeah,
I just was surprised that he's gonna reveal the game. I just was surprised.
Yeah, I mean, if it's,
That's what I'm saying.
who's
This
gonna
dude's
stop
just a
him?
gangster.
Who gonna stop him? Yeah,
And
who gonna
that's what
stop
I'm
him?
saying. Like, this dude acknowledged that no one can stop me. I'm flexing right now.
Yeah. Bert Wood said first vlog, I understand, but Dana would have had Spence versus Bud 3 years ago.
No chance. No
And
chance.
they both would have walked out of there with about 30,000.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And that's the problem. Like Bert Wood, that's the problem. So, and I've said this before on camera, but I'll say it again since you brought it up. The difference between mixed martial arts and boxing is mixed martial arts has had their fair share of legends, and things like that. But boxing has always had a certain amount of people per era to push the envelope from a financial standpoint. The first person to actually push the envelope from a financial standpoint is actually Conor. Connor's the first person to actually push the envelope on a boxing type level in MMA, and then everybody else has tried to follow suit. Now it's a damn shame. Like you take a Tyron Woodley, right? Tyron Woodley, legit world champion, a legit guy. You know, his career is stamped at in the MMA level. For him to get his biggest payday against a YouTuber says a lot about the sport. You understand what I'm saying?
The model has always been different. In this one thing why people ask me, why don't you get into UFC? Personally, to me, UFC just doesn't have the tradition behind it. Like, there's a lot of sentiment to me when it comes to boxing. But the model for boxing is different. You know, it's always because these fighters are independent. And if you look at Ali, for example, Ali was able to do a deal with Don King where he made 5 million against George Foreman because of the independent, because of how independent he was. These dudes sell themselves per fight, whereas Dana White owns the whole entire roster. So at the end of the day, you have to sign to me. Don King tried to do, and I get what you say about, but Don King tried to do what Dana White did. And if you keep it real, bro, we saw a lot of great fights. Don King probably put on the best fights in history. But you go and ask these fighters how much they were getting paid by Don King, bro. At the end of the day, there has to be something has to give. So we can get these big fights and run the model of boxing like how UFC is being run. But at the end of the day, bro, these dudes be at the end of their career broke. You know, you got to make a decision. At the end of the day, last time I checked, when you look at the likes of Floyd and I can't even say because Floyd is a whole different level. But if you look at the dudes,
say Shane Mosley.
Shane Mosley, for example,
I'm sure he's financially stable.
Or Oscar De La Hoya or Ricky Hatton. These dudes, they don't want for nothing. They don't want for nothing.
Right. Hold on, let me get into this one real quick. Burt Wood, G5, I understand, but Dana pushed for big fights. No, that's true. He pushes for big fights, but Burt Wood, here's the thing. If he pushes for big fights because he got the game cornered.
Yeah,
he got the game cornered. So it's so Burt Wood, I'll give you an example. So this happened a couple years ago. I don't even think the podcast started yet. Shane and I think, and Vlog, we was just doing all our talking off camera. The WBC came. They was like they were gonna come out with a welterweight tournament. Had the brackets, everything, top 8 guys, all that. Spence gonna fight this person, blah 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 blah. And the first thing I said when I saying it, I was just like, unless Al approves all this tournament ain't happening. But the reason they couldn't do it is because the WBC don't have the game cornered. They don't call no shots.
Jeff, let's keep it real, bro. Did the World Boxing Super Series not try to put the best versus the best? How many times has the World Boxing Super Series had problems with financials? Exactly. They couldn't play Prograde. They couldn't play Callum Smith. So at the end of the day, bro, you can try put the money has to come from somewhere. It has to come from somewhere. Unless you got a TV company behind you, like Al Heyman, like Eddie Hearn, like Top Rank, you ain't really doing anything.
You have to have the money and the power to do it. Now, Burt Wood, I will say this. If Dana White's job was just to promote and he has nothing to do with nothing else, I think he could do a really good job at that. If he wasn't playing with his own money, let's just say he was the official promoter for Al. Dana White can hype up a fight. Like, let's keep it real. Like he's really good at that. He can hype up a fight. Like Eddie Hearn can hype up a fight. I think he would come into boxing and be a pure promoter. But you can't expect for him to do the same things in boxing as he does in MMA. It's just a different landscape.
Bro, you giving him too much credit, bro. You really are, bro. He is not the guy that's really out there like, yo, this going down, this why it's going down, such and such, do this. He smooth this way, he wicked that way. He don't do none of that, bro. He just a big face in front of the camera on some Vince McMahon type shit, bro. Like, just like,
but you're proving my point, though. You're proving my point.
No. I mean, even on a promoter, on a fight, on a matchmaking level, on any level, he don't even own the company no more. He's just still the face of the company. He's been sold that shit. His
right, but that's what I'm saying. You're correct on all of that. But you said all that, like you said all of that, right?
Yeah.
He's still that guy. He's still that guy. Like if it's a big MMA fight going down and you don't see Dana White, what's the first thing everything gonna be asking? Where's Dana White?
I wouldn't be asking that because he.
I ain't asked you though. I said you. I'm talking about any MMA. Any MMA guy.
I don't circle around they pool like that, so I don't know how they rock. I mean,
that's like seeing an Eddie Hearn event without Eddie Hearn.
Is there been plenty of events Eddie Hearn ain't been at?
Not main ones,
not big ones, not big ones, bro.
Bro, YSM will tell you, bro.
All right, man. Y'all listen. Y'all can pat his bottom or rub his little bald head if you want to. I'm not doing that.
But bro, you said you don't swim in that pool though. That's so we trying to tell you how I get down over there. Like that's what I'm trying to tell you.
I'll keep it real. I don't swim in that pool.
He garbage as a factor in any sort of growth to any other sport. He ain't no factor to boxing. He's not. That's what I'm saying. Him even being in this conversation and start really to irk me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like the dude, and I'm just telling you, bro. He done said some slimy ass shit, and I ain't got no respect for him.
So that stems. So what you're saying really stems from something else, though.
No, I'm saying that because he doesn't do anything, bro. He's not a matchmaker on that level, bro. He's not the dude in there like, yo, I know such and such gets down this way.
But I never said he matchmakers. I never said he matchmakes.
You'll promote or anything. He doesn't do any of that. He stands in front of a conference, in front of a press conference, says a few words. Everybody else do all the work. The reporters and them ask the questions that get the fighters to react.
But if we're keeping it real, bro, you're taking away credit for Dana White, and I don't even know him, so I'm gonna take everything you say as the truth. But I can criticize Al Heyman because I can't remember the last time this dude's been on camera to even promote a fighter.
And they say Al the best promoter on the planet. Ain't nobody ever seen his face.
Hey, everybody don't gotta be puffy. Everybody don't need to be on the records. You know what I mean? Some dudes like to be.
I agree, but that's what I'm saying. Like he's known as the best promoter on the planet. He don't. You haven't heard his voice. You don't see his face. He don't do. All he does is matchmaking, control money. But people say he the best promoter in the world. Right?
That's facts.
That's what I'm saying. But it's based off of what though?
It's based off of what he shows us.
He don't show us nothing.
He don't show us nothing.
He makes everybody else do the work.
Everybody else does the work for him. He just gets the credit
in itself. Dana White is not doing none of that shit, bro.
And how do you know Al Heyman's doing anything? How do you personally know Al Heyman's doing anything?
If he controlled the motherfucker, if he the one that signed that last check or that first check, that's the top dog. Your boy ain't signing no checks. Your boy is not in the back room with the analysts and any of the scouts.
Is he a promoter? Is that a promoter or a businessman? Because that sounds like a businessman to me.
No, that sounds like that mascot that Abraham Nova got.
No, it's not. That's a businessman.
He's just the mascot for the UFC, bro. That's all he is, bro.
Nah, he took him out Al Heyman. I'm talking about
Heyman.
I respect everything Al doing.
I'm saying but that's what you just described. That's a businessman, not a promoter. That's a businessman. The person that signs that last check, that's a businessman.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. But I'm saying he's known as the best promoter in the world. He's the best businessman in boxing.
Because
that's a fact.
He's the best businessman in boxing, not promoter.
I'm about to add to that because if you puppeteering the promotion, you're the best promoter.
You don't know if he's puppeteering the promotion, bro. You don't know if he's doing that. You don't know if he's puppeteering the promotion, bro.
I'm kind of curious. What's the job of a promoter in your opinion?
It's in the name, bro. It's in the name. It's in the name.
Doesn't necessarily mean you have to be the one doing the footwork.
No, I mean, what's your definition of a promoter though? Like, what are they supposed to do?
All right, to me, if you're a promoter, like say people talk like I have an idea, somebody else got an idea, somebody else got an idea. Mm-hmm. I'm the guy that got an event center. I'm the guy that got connections to this, that, and the third.
Right.
You got a fighter. You got a fighter. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all come together. I'm gonna be the promotion base. I'm gonna be the one for this shit to launch off. That's gonna be your promotion.
The person who's gonna sell the ticket. The person who's gonna sell the ticket.
You have to do a goddamn thing other than be a link.
Nah, bro.
That's a businessman, though. That's a businessman. That's a businessman. That's a middleman. Yeah, that's a middleman, bro.
Nah, that's
so is Puffy not? So is Puffy not a promoter?
Business.
Is Puffy not a promoter? Is Puffy not a promoter? Even though he was all in the videos.
Okay, but at the same time, he could also be a hype man too.
But that's a job of a promoter.
Huh?
That's the job of a promoter. To me, bro, the promoter has to deal with the public. That's what I believe. The promoter.
Yeah, but I'm trying to get you to understand being a promoter from a different level. Meaning, if it's leaping off from here, I'm the one promoting it. If this is the launching pad, everybody got to come through me, so I'm the boss. Don't nothing happen from here.
Not a promoter, bro. That's a boss, not a promoter.
No, but you can base yourself in that promotion atmosphere because ain't nothing happening without you. So how was it?
Either way, YSM did bring up a point, which is Al Heyman isn't a promoter. I know he's not a promoter. But you hear people speak, you hear him say, "Oh, he's the best promoter."
Let me read this whole comment. Hold on a second. Hold on. Pink Furry got his dang it. Gary is hurt. He be sliding your DMs, man. That's the problem. That's the problem.
Might put something on him that's got him injured.
Yeah, got carpal tunnel.
Burt Wood, G5, do you miss celebrity death matches? LOL. I love the Hillary versus Monica match. Hey, Burt Wood, man, you taking it way back. YSM, Al isn't a promoter. No need to hear him speak. He's got guys who promote for him. He does put on the most lucrative fights. So that feeds right into my point.
He puts on the most lucrative fights because he's got the best roster. Not because he promotes them the best. He has the biggest, and I talked about this before. I even talked to Vlog about this off camera. Like their business model is completely different than any other model.
because they're kind of like a warehouse. They're a warehouse. They're not responsible for specific fighters and how they're actually promoted. They get shell promoters for every single fight. So so they're not known for building stars because they're not an actual promotional company. Is Al a promoter? No, he's not. But if you ask the general fan who's the best promoter in the sport or who has the best promotional company in the sport, they're going to tell you Al Heyman PBC. That's what they're going to tell you. They're going to tell you. They're going to say, who's better at promoting? They're going to say Al Heyman or Bob Arum. The majority of people are going to say Al. That's just the public perception. The public perception is that Al is a promoter. He's really a promoter that's moving around the Muhammad Ali Act. Let's keep it a bean. Let's keep it 100. That's what it is. He calls himself an advisor because he's getting around the Muhammad Ali Act because he can't do both. He can't do both. You understand what I'm saying?
But at the end of the day, bro, when you look at it, and I'm not discrediting anything Al Heyman's done. Al Heyman's a straight hustler.
Not at all. Not at all. He's the most powerful guy in the sport.
Literally. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna give him credit, and I'm also not gonna give him credit where he don't deserve it. To me, he's got an amazing, what's it called? Roster. I've never been impressed with one fight Al Heyman's promoted in my life. I've never been impressed with it. Never. I've been impressed with the fights he's got on the card. I've been impressed with, like, I remember, I can bring up so many fights in my life. I'm like, after watching a press conference, I'm like, okay, that was promoted well. That was promoted real well. I can't think of one fight that Al Heyman's done, unless it's self-promotion, like when AB does self-promoting. But I can't think of one fight that, down to the promotion itself, the promotional company, whatever, so you say he makes the most lucrative fights. That's just down to his stable, bro. That's not down to anything he does personally. Yeah, he's amazing. He treats his fighters well, so it means they stay in house. But at the end of the day,
his connections don't create them big events.
No, he's got a good stable, bro. That's it.
His connections. That stable got to have somewhere to work, right? That stable got to have somewhere to go run at, right?
True.
But at the end of the day, bro, when you go, the reason why it's easy for you to go to a television company who's going to put the money up is because you got a good stable.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. I got to skip a couple comments, but I'm going to go back to him. This man said, I would never circumvent the Ali Act. He's a man of integrity and follows the rules. Big shout out to YSM Source Media for keeping it all way a beam. Edwin Castillo said, what's up, my guys? Russell out. Damn, that's not the bee's knees. No, he's not out.
He's not out. He's
not out. He just said he was injured. He's not out. Vlog, so you're saying you're not sending Dana a Christmas card?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. He could have tripped and fell in the street. I wouldn't help him up.
Will said, what's up, my people? Will Stokes in the building, man. Edwin Castillo, yo, I'm just coming in, heard bits, but UFC is not the best fight the best, the greatest MMA promotion, and Dana is the biggest greasy oil salesman out there. Yeah, their business model is their business model. I don't like the fighters are putting in the work. Like, sometimes I don't like what Al Heyman does. Sometimes I don't like what the Zone does, but at the end of the day, I'm like, fighters are more taken care of now than they ever have before from a financial standpoint.
You know what that MMA is? That is just modern day gladiator warfare. That is how they treat them fighters.
But they've been treating them like that since the Gracies. You remember
as I said to you guys before, the only MMA dude that I knew is Jackie Chan.
He said Jackie Chan or Bruce Lee.
That's martial arts, you fool. Martial arts.
It's MMA martial art.
Mixed martial arts.
Thing, bro. It's the same. It's the same thing, bro. I've watched one.
You talking about two actors?
I've watched, but they fight though, innit? They do all of that crap.
They never fought no MMA fight, man. If you don't stop being disrespectful.
But they fight people though, do they not? They fight
people. No, they don't. And
bro,
Bruce is dead.
Yeah, I know, but that's the only person I've seen.
God damn, nigga, shame. And We don't.
But
Mystery
I've never watched a UFC fight in my life other
It's
than
been
one.
around since you've been born.
Yeah,
It's been around since you've been on the planet.
I've watched one which was Conor McGregor versus Nate Diaz or whatever his name.
Listen. Do me a solid.
That's the only one I've ever watched.
Do me a solid. They got Francis Ngannou against Cyril Gane. That's the heavyweight championship. The interim champ against the current champ. So watch that fight this weekend, bro. Just to tune yourself up. It's one dude from Africa, Ngannou, but he live in America now, and the other dude is from France.
I know Ngannou, he's supposed to be that dude that's supposed to be fighting Fury. That's the only reason why I know it.
But he getting ready to fight this weekend, and it's the main event. Obviously, it's the heavyweight championship. So just to give yourself a little bit of what's going on over there, athletic wise, and what a fight actually look like modern wise. Tune into that one though, bro. It might be good because your boy Cyril Gane, they say the boy like a middleweight, spinning heel kicks and all kind of crazy ass shit, bro. So
to me, bro, I just think UFC is just. It reminds me of wrestling, like WWE or something. I don't know, bro. It just doesn't.
Even the wrestlers got taken care of, though.
Man, bro, I ain't gonna lie about the competition. This has nothing to do with Dana White. The competition, serious business. It's serious.
No, it's fact. No, that's fact.
I'm gonna hit you with an elbow and make you remember what you had in the 3rd grade for lunch. Yeah, bro.
I hear that. I respect that. I just think it just doesn't have the tradition. Don't have the tradition that I am attached to.
So it won't have that tradition in your lifetime until about what age will you be? Because we're gonna rate that tradition that you're looking for from it according to how old you get. So what age would you say?
The difference is difficult because I was born into boxing, so it's different. It's difficult for me. I was born into boxing. My oldest childhood memory is boxing.
Again, I'm talking about tradition-wise. How long does tradition take in your mindset? When does tradition begin?
Well, if I remove myself and I just use a youngster, for example, it probably takes them. If they were born, let's say 2 years ago, by the time they're 10, 11, 12, they would have built enough of a sentiment and enough of a connection with a sport like that, where there's a lot of tradition. They can follow it in depth. Does that make sense?
So that's what I'm saying. For it to be a sport that's 20 plus years old, it should have some sort of sense of tradition. Am I correct?
Definitely for people who's followed it that long. I'm just saying I didn't.
Yeah. I get that. We's no debate about any of that. We just trying to get some ground rules established on what wavelength we on, because I think it has some sense of tradition.
It definitely does. I was more talking personally, but
I definitely does. Okay, now you talking personally. That's because you just stopped putting the Similac in your coffee in the morning.
This dude, I mean, and the thing is, I don't even
know what Similac means. What's Similac? I don't know what that
Similac means. Similac is
baby milk, fool.
It's baby milk. Yeah.
But why the hell am I gonna know about baby? I ain't got no kids, bro.
You're a kid.
You still a kid.
Oh, me.
But he ready though. He ready for these streets though.
Of course, bro. Of course. I mean, I can fire back at you, bro, but I'm not even gonna do you like that. I'm not even gonna do you like that.
Hold on, let me get in here real quick, man. Edward Castillo. I started watching MMA UFC since 2005, but Dana White has tried to monopolize the MMA game. He's just as bad shading fighters and organizations. Yeah, I don't like his business. I don't like his business model at all. Bert, I want Tank said Gary Russell Jr. cooking on Gervonta Davis, Haney, and Loma says he's feared and ducked. Hey, that's what that go back to what Shane was saying. It was like, you think he's delusional. I like MMA, but I saw through Dana's cap, greed, and why he never does business with other organizations is because they did with Pride and got spanked. He knows it happened again, and he talks shit on boxing.
One thing I'm going to say, though, Jeff, I can't believe Gary Russell said that about Lomachenko. This dude is the epicenter of delusion. He is the pinnacle of delusion. That is one of the most delusional things I've ever heard in my life when it comes to boxing.
So can I get a timestamp that you saying right now Gary Russell has no chance against Lomachenko?
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the fact that the dude said Lomachenko should feel. What did he say, Jeff? I don't want to misquote.
He said Loma should feel like he lost because he was injured going into the fight. He said he should have got him up out of there.
That is just crazy to me. That is crazy.
That's exactly what the man said. That's what he said.
That's crazy to me.
If I can find the actual soundbite, I'll send it to you. But he's definitely said that in more than one interview. He said he wasn't himself that fight, and Lomachenko should have got him up out of there the way he was feeling in that particular fight. So, yeah, like that's the one reason why I would say that's a delusional comment.
Hey, let's tap into this the situation developing with Tevin Farmer and your boy Ryan. I see how y'all feeling about it, man. I mean, you liking it?
And can I go first on that? Yeah. Let me go first on that. I don't trust Ryan Garcia. I don't trust Tevin Farmer. Tevin Farmer's from the city, but it's definitely a double coating of silk sheets going on in his area.
And them silk sheets, the boy, he's got a nice. He's occupied with some nice company.
Yeah, the silk sheets and the company he got with them silk sheets. I'm a little skeptical on Farmer because he hasn't put it. And I'm gonna say this, and I'm joking around when I say that, but I'm serious about this though. Tevin Farmer has not put a performance up inside of the ring in a while where I'm like, yo, that was impressive.
3 fights for me. It's been about 3 fights.
It's been a couple of fights where.
What fights would you say, Blunt?
The last 2 with JoJo.
You only had 1 with JoJo.
Yeah, he only had 1 with JoJo.
Who was the guy again he fought against on Dazan? Then who was that?
To me, that's the same person I was gonna say.
Yeah, John O'Carroll.
John O'Carroll. He looked good in that.
He looked good in that fight.
He looked good in that fight. And
that was
2019 in power. Well, that's a guy you should, but you should be able to sit down on him. I'm looking for improvement. I'm not looking for the same product.
Yeah, but he's never been a power guy though. And Vlog, I ain't gonna let you get away with that because Devin Haney ain't no power guy neither. And you let him box his way through 12 rounds and give him.
He actually got a shoulder injury.
You said he's pound for pound.
But you said he ain't had pop before the shoulder injury though.
I never said that. He got KOs on his record to prove he got some pop. He's not a one-hitter stinger. No, he ain't.
You said that.
He'll grind you out.
But
Farmer's never been a power guy.
You can't use that as an excuse for the rest of your life, bro. At the end of the day, either you're a power dude or not. Whether it's because you have a this. Okay, fair enough.
He's not a power guy.
You don't have power. You don't have power. That's cool.
Yeah, he's not a power guy. The John O'Carroll fight is the last time he's looked good in a fight. His last 2 fights, he hasn't looked good. So I haven't seen him put on a good performance since 2019.
I mean, but I don't think he's fought since 2019. He didn't fight in 2020.
Yeah, he did. He fought JoJo.
Was that in 2020? Yes. I thought that was in 2019.
January 2020.
What was that at 130 or 126?
No,
that was 130. 130. Yeah.
The what's it called fight was good as well. The James Tennyson fight. That was a good fight.
He went on a nice run. He went on a nice 4 or 5 fight run. After the no contest
that was when Eddie Hearn was paying him that nice money.
When he fought Kenichi Ogawa and Ogawa got the decision and they found out he was on the finest juices. He went on like a 4 or 5 fight run where he was getting paid like $750,000, $800,000 a fight. And he went on a nice ass run. And once some checks ran out, he just wasn't, you know what I'm saying?
No, he lost, bro. He
lost. Yeah, like, so I haven't seen a good performance.
Eddie Hearn don't put money behind dudes that lose, you know. He don't put money behind dudes that lose.
Yeah, so I haven't seen a good performance out of Tevin Farmer since 2019. And Ryan Garcia has been bullshitting for the past 12 months. So I think both of these guys are skilled.
Who wins?
Ryan, because he's just more active. He'll just out punch him, even if he's missing a bunch of shots. Like you know how that'll look. You know how Oscar beat Pernell Whitaker and he beat him strictly because he just threw more punches. I can see that fight exactly going like that. Exactly going like that.
When Rigondeaux fought Casemiro last year.
Correct. I could see Tevin Farmer complaining about not getting a decision on the scorecard because he made him miss every shot, but he didn't throw nothing.
I see it different. I see it just a little different.
What you got, bro?
I like Farmer to be able to get off on a dude that's so freaking stationary. You talking about a dude that don't bring no defense into the ring?
Neither did what's it called, bro? Neither did JoJo.
JoJo defense is his offense. What are you talking about?
So is Ryan's.
Ryan is not from ding to ding offense, bro. Stop it, bro. He wouldn't have got caught by Luke. He wouldn't have got caught by Luke.
No, he's not. He's not ding to ding.
My point. That's my point. So if you got a guy that's not hard to hit because he's not overwhelming you and he is upright position.
That's the right word. That's the right word because JoJo overwhelmed him with action. He literally just threw like so much punches. He just got overwhelmed with action.
That's the way
you couldn't even counter. You couldn't even counter, bro, because by the time you counted, there was 4 more shots coming. He literally, Devin Haney. Now you use hindsight. Devin Haney did a real good job because that dude came with nothing, but he didn't care about accuracy or nothing. Just see what sticks on the wall, bro.
Yeah, So you like Ryan Vlog?
No, I like Tevin in that one.
You think?
Yeah, you're on drugs.
You think Tevin?
I'll put some money on that, bro. I'll put some money on that.
Hey, take the $75 y'all gonna win off of me and go bet each other that fight.
Yeah, bro. I'll eat that. I'll bet you 100.
I'm not that confident in that. You act like I'm giving away Jordan money over this motherfucker. It's Kevin Farmer. He the one making 8 figures and shit. Nigga, I ain't making none of that money. Nah, I put a quote on him. Ain't nothing to cash up a quota for the nigga if he lose.
All right, 25. But Kevin Farmer, I really like Kevin, but bro, this is a dude who just don't throw enough punches for me. He suffers from that AB syndrome, bro.
Yeah,
but if you can catch a dude that has no defense and offense is sporadic, footwork is not elite. I'm telling you, that dude can't dance. He's got
terrible footwork. He's got terrible footwork. But that's a Mexican thing, though. That is a Mexican thing. Mexicans tend to not have great footwork.
All Mexicans got bad footwork. We ain't gonna say that, man. Bad footwork can just come with genealogy, bro. You understand?
Nah, bro. It's just certain. It's just. For example, bro, like certain race of people are bad or good at certain things, bro. It's just the way things are. Yeah, like I can't name you a Mexican with good footwork. I'm struggling to think of one. Just like I can't name you.
Has had good footwork. He cut the ring off. He got work done. That's good footwork to be able to cut the ring off. Julio Cesar Chavez.
To a certain degree. To a certain degrry. I wouldn't say decent footwork.
What's the other boy? Lopez. He was from the lightweights. I just put him up in a 5-day fantasy fights against Ione.
Fernando Lopez.
Yeah, another great footwork guy.
He had good footwork.
That's like 2 out of like 500,000.
I tried.
It's like, bro. It's like,
you made a good effort.
That's the first vlog you tried.
Yeah, he definitely tried.
It's like, for example, bro. Majority of the time, not all the time, but black fighters from the UK tend to have weak chin. Not all the time, but sometimes they do. You can name an exception in Eubank Senior, but you look at people over the past, they tend to have weak chins. It's just part and parcel of the game, you know.
What the fuck? I ain't never really heard that, bro. That's
Bro, you look at
when
it.
you
You look
get
at
there.
it.
So
A lot of black fighters from the UK have real weak chins, bro. A lot of
damn,
fighters.
damn.
I mean, Lennox Lewis had a weak chin, for example. He had a weak chin. AJ had a weak chin. Not Nigel Benn had a weak chin. Frank Bruno had a weak chin.
I don't know, cause you get caught once or twice. That don't mean you don't have a weak chin, because that mean you still was getting caught in between them shots that actually sent you down. So I don't know if you could say weak chin, like per se over a course of a career. Now, if you talking like 5-6 losses, 4
They
by
don't have. They
KO,
don't have to be like Amir Khan, bro. They don't have to be like Amir. Like that's just the extreme of the extreme,
okay,
bro.
I don't know.
It's like not every Mexican has Andy Ruiz footwork. He's just one of the worst people when it comes to footwork. There's a spectrum.
Now he'd have lost his weight though. You never know, man. He probably looking spry out there, boy. I'm telling you.
He's on that. He's on that. He's on that pack. He's on that Reynoso pack, bro. That Reynoso pack.
Yo,
bro.
Greg Hackett had me dying when he said that, yo, about Montana. About Montana Love. He was like, Montana Love been punching on shit the last couple fights, but he said he must got that Reynoso pack.
Literally, bro. If we're keeping it 100 though, let's keep it 100. Andy Ruiz has had weight problems his whole career. He goes to that gym and in 2 months, this dude's lost more weight. He's looking skinnier than me, bro. So they ain't smoke without fighting.
Man, for real. He lost a half a man.
Yo,
I mean, I don't have to go outside to see if it's raining all the time. Bro.
I said,
me,
when we find out they mix and sprinkled a little bit of crack in the sea moss, man.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro. It's like all of a sudden, Valdez got caught with a diuretic, which helps you lose weight. Him and Valdez are with each other every day. If me and Blunt are with each other every day, and Blunt smoking weed every day, there's no way you can tell me, for example, there's not at least one time I'm smoking with this dude. There's no smoke without fire, bro. Do you see my point? Like, let's just keep it real. Let's just keep it real, bro.
No, I agree. I agree 100%, man. I think, hold on, if that fight goes down in Vegas April 2nd, is that worth linking up?
What?
Us.
No.
What fight?
I mean, the weather-wise.
Brian
yes.
and Tevin.
Now, hold on. Weather-wise, perfect. Weather-wise,
Hell
perfect.
no.
I said only one thing that'll make that a go would be the weather, bro. The weather is just, it ain't too hot out there in Vegas. You still talking 90s in April. So yeah, that'd be a good time.
Bro, that's the only thing, weather. Bro,
But I mean, it's hard to sell that one when you got Shakur and Valdez April 30th.
It's hard to sell that when I wouldn't travel for no Ryan Garcia fight. I don't even know if this dude's gonna even step into the ring.
Hey, he might have some face up for us when we pull up.
Possibly. Liquid and bar soap.
Yeah. Some Merlot or something. Sound like some wine or something, but
yeah, for sure.
Might work.
I mean, I just hope that Tevin Farmer's wife comes down with a gang.
Yeah, Edwin Castillo said, good looking at vlog for mentioning the Mexicans. I know there's more. That's my dog.
I keep it honest, you know what I mean? It's no cap over here.
One of my favorite fighters is Zerdo Ramirez. So a lot of people feel like there's this misconception that I don't like Mexican fighters. For one, I like Zerdo. I like Navarrete. I don't even know if Navarrete's from Mexico, but I like those dudes. Who else do I like from Mexico? There ain't much. I won't lie to you, but I like Zerdo. I like Navarrete. Who else do I like from Mexico?
Good Mexican fighters. I mean, you got in just because you technically.
I like Abel Ramos.
Yeah, but I mean, personally,
that's what I was trying to lead to. Just because you're not technically Mexican, you still Mexican. Because this kind of was Mexico before it was what it is now. So you know how that go. I'm just saying. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to figure out some people who I like from Mexico, bro. There ain't many.
Yeah, Chavez Senior. I mean,
I like
Chavez Jr.
Yeah, I like Mungia.
Chavez Jr.
Hell no. Oh no. Oh no. Like Mungia. Who else do I like? I mean, there's a few dudes that I like.
Virgil.
yeah,
I like Julio Cesar Martinez as well, even though he got caught on the juice as well. But I like him.
yeah, he's a good fighter. Good fighter. Good fighter. Yeah, there's a few. It's a few for sure. Um, hey man, we gonna close this thing, man. Hour and a half strong, man.
Bro,
Yeah,
we didn't put
saying
in no overtime today. This is
no
just a normal
OT.
shift. This is a
Yeah,
normal shift.
normal work shift. You
It
know what I'm
happens like
saying?
that. It happens
Yeah,
like that
yeah.
from
So
time to time.
depending on the actual purse bid, if it goes down tomorrow,
Please go down tomorrow.
that'll most definitely be the topic for tomorrow. But
Who's
vlog,
gonna
give
win
me
the first bid, Blunt?
Oh, real quick, bro. We need you to put that Abel Ramos Josecito Lopez fight on the site right after you get out of here.
Bro, that fight's not this week. That's next week.
I don't care. Just put it on the site, bro. But why before we forget? Like, you know what I mean?
Nah,
They
bro. I got like 20 fights to put on for next week, bro. I
Is
gotta put
that
all
one
the
of the
fights on.
fights? Is that
Yeah,
one
of
of the
course. Yeah, that's one of the fights.
Okay.
I can't forget, bro. I got 20 fights to put on. I can't forget
Okay.
that, bro.
I'm just trying to reinstate that that's one of the fights. That's a
No, yeah, that's one of
50-50.
the fights. It's one of the
And
fights.
yo, you might have to open up a whole nother tab just for the fit.
Yeah,
You got
yeah.
to do a whole
That
nother
day is
tab.
gonna be crazy, bro. I don't know
So
how I'm gonna get
yo,
around it, bro.
bro.
But
So I don't know how you can do it, but if you can make another tab, if you can make a tab specifically for the fifth for the
what do you
league, and
mean?
then just
What do you mean? What do you mean?
you know how you have subsections with the with the site. So you got the articles, you got
Yeah, yeah.
tag.
Oh, you want me
You
to
might have
make
to
a subsection?
just make another subsection just for the fifth because there's too many fights to just put up on the main page.
Yeah, that'll stretch down way too far.
Yeah, to stretch down way too far, especially if somebody's trying to look at that on a cell phone.
On a cell phone, you gotta
That
be
ain't gonna
scrolling
work.
all damn day.
Yeah, that ain't gonna work. So we might have to think about doing something like that. I ain't too savvy on the tech side, but I mean, if
Nah,
that can be done,
I'll do it that way. I'll
and
do it
then
that
we
way.
can tell people it's gonna be a bonanza on the fifth.
Yeah,
So
I mean, bro,
if you
bro,
behind on the
Jeff, Jeff,
cards,
Jeff.
yes,
What you
yes.
do, bro? If someone gets every fight, I think it's 10 fights. If I check, I think it's 10 or 12 fights. If someone gets every fight perfect, they get $100.
Hold on.
Perfect.
Now
You mean
hold on.
tap?
You mean in terms of if they get
Round?
every single winner, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
and
that's
round,
easy.
winner and round.
Winner
Ain't nobody
and
gonna win
round.
that. Yeah, ain't nobody gonna win that. Ain't nobody gonna win that.
Bro,
Winner
how
and
do you want to do it?
round.
You gotta do something.
How many
Nah, that's
fights? So
too hard, bro.
how many fights is gonna be on for the fifth? Like
Um,
realistically.
bro, you got the whole entire undercard for PBC. So that's fight. That's 7 cards, 7 fights there. You got Luis Neri, Josecito, um, um, Leo Santa Cruz, Furman Barrios, and there's another fight I'm missing. So that's 5. Then you got the fight with Machunu Ran Makabu. Then you have the fight with the dude what's my Eubank versus Williams. You have
But
the
that's a week later though.
no. What's the
That's the
week later?
12th. That's the 12th.
Yeah, the 12th. The Eubanks in them
What?
is the 12th.
No,
I
it's
think
the
it's the
5th.
12th.
It's the 5th. It's the 5th,
Oh, they
bro.
moved it up to the 5th?
The 5th. It's the first week of
Bro,
February.
I just bet on that fight. It said the 12th.
They must have moved that back. So then that's not in it. But then Eddie Hearn's got a card where he's got Rung Versailles fighting, and then the main event for that is Jesse Vargas versus Liam Williams. I mean Liam Smith.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Beefy is talking about going on a title hunt. Yeah, that's right.
So and there's another fight on the Zepeda card. Who's fighting on
It's the
Zepeda's card?
5th, bro. It's the 5th.
What?
This the 5th?
I told you, bro. So that's 10 fights. I know there was 10 fights. That's
All right,
10
so
fights.
You know what? This is what we gonna do. Shane, I don't know if you got enough time to do a poster.
No, I can't. I got a whole whole week, bro.
So we got at least 10 fights.
At least.
At least
I have
10
to check
fights.
for at least 10 fights.
Whoever gets the most fight predictions correct.
You mean perfect predictions?
Whoever gets the most predictions correct on February 5th gets $100. If it's a tie, how we separate the tie is how many predictions were actually correct in regards to the method of victory.
That's fair enough.
If the highest one is 8 out of 10, if me and Vlog pick 8 out of 10 correct, and we're the top 2 people, and Vlog had 2 more predictions than I did in terms of method of victory, then he gets the $100.
Oh, well, then give me my money now, then, bro. Cash
You
app
ain't-
me at Boxing First.
Bro, there's no way with the predictions that I just saw you make on that bet, you'd be surprised if you get one come through, bro.
Do you understand gambling? Do you understand
I
gambling?
know.
It
I'm
is
joking,
a difference.
Exactly,
I'm
bro.
joking.
It's a
I'm
difference.
joking. I'm joking.
Yeah,
I'm joking.
okay.
Just make sure your predictions ain't the same as your bets. Just make sure. Just make sure you understand.
So can we do that?
Yeah,
Can we do that?
I'm with it. I'm with it.
$100 for whoever gets the most predictions correct.
There is a fight up this week though. There's a fight up Gary Russell versus Magsayo. That's
separate. That's separate from.
Now I'm just saying for the people in the comment section.
Oh yeah. Gary Russell fight is on this weekend, but February 5th is going to be pretty much the league is going to be determined.
Yeah,
on February the 5th.
it's
going to be determined on February.
I mean, anyone. Jeff, this is the week where you can really come back.
Can you recount my points, bro? Really?
Yeah.
Seriously.
I put it to you like this, bro.
You killing me.
If I come back and win this league, I have to be the GOAT.
Yeah.
I ain't nowhere near right now, man. I would have to be the GOAT.
The way
but
he
you
got
come
I'm picking. I'm like, how, bro? You killing me? How am I behind my lady, nigga? Like, what the fuck?
Bro, didn't you say you making her picks for her?
No, she's picking based on my information. So, boom. If I'm making a certain pick,
how's she using your information better than you using your information?
Cause your boy can't count, man. He over there. Listen, we use pennies, nickels, and dimes. We don't use
on God's screen. Yeah, there's a few times Blunt has made some wacky predictions. Firstly, bro, you can't say anything. The day Wilder fight, you took a L, you took a super L, bro. You lost like 5 fights that day, bro. I don't know what this thing. So you lost every single fight on that prediction, bro.
Oh, yo, that was like
when you gamble. Sometimes you usually gamble with your heart. You understand what I'm talking about? So you caught me gambling with my heart. I ain't gonna lie. You know, I'm pulling for the boy. You know what it is.
So let's do that. If we can come up with a poster for the 5th, promotion for the 5th, I think that'll be great. That'll get everybody back in the mix. That'll even get new people. Somebody can come into the league for the first time on February 5th and win the league.
Oh yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. My money right now is on Ashley's corner. The last 3 predictions, bro, she's predicted perfect. She's come out of nowhere, bro. So I give her credit, bro. Actually putting it out.
Actually, you know what? The person I don't want to see is Kiki predicting at the bar. Her predictions be on point when she be having them. What's the name of them drinks?
French Connection.
Them French Connections, boy. Her predictions be on point. I'm like, God damn, like you just gonna pick everything perfect, like.
Man, I'm about to go Zulu Warrior on y'all, man. It's gonna be an onslaught.
What Blunt?
Man, yo, my prediction is gonna be as if I'm ahead of the curve, like I knew something. You understand what I'm talking about?
You know how Blunt playing it, yo. If I win, I win. If my lady win, I win too. He like, man, I got 2 in the bag, baby.
Man.
I got 2 in the bag.
Bob gotta have one for the corner pocket.
Literally. Bertwood says Inoue versus Donaire 2 in April, bro. We're definitely going live for that. That's 100% facts.
Yeah, definitely going live for that, man. But
You going live for Gary Russell?
I don't want to go live for Gary Russell. I'm gonna keep it a bean. Like I ain't going live for Gary Russell. All the LDBC people, LDBC people probably gonna be doing live.
Fair enough.
For
That's
Gary.
true. That's true.
Vlog, give me social media so we can get up out of here, bro.
You can see it on the screen. Boxing First Vlog on YouTube. Got some great work. You know what I mean? Been up for about a week, putting some new videos up damn near every day. So
big shout out to Vlog, man.
Yeah,
Doing
tap
some
in with me, man.
work.
You know what I mean? You know good what work. It is, bro. I stay in these streets, man. I'm active.
I want some more blunt truths, bro. I love the first episode.
I haven't seen it yet. I'm gonna see it as soon as we get off this joint. But that's something is that something that's gonna be every week, or what we looking at?
It's gonna be how the game flow. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about, you know what I mean? Because like I said, the game could be positive when you spitting that shit right. Because like I told you, the boy followed me right back. I'm like, damn, man, because I'm just spitting real facts. You feel me? So videos up, bro. They getting some numbers. I'm trying to get there.
I like that because it was raw, bro. I like that. I watched your video today as well. The one you dropped today. I watched that one as well.
Oh yeah. I drop a few of them. Try to be more consistent coming into this 2022. You know that 1K right around the corner, and once you hit that, man, we just gonna start floating. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about.
Yeah, and the thing is, I'm like, with the thing that's crazy, and big shout out to Shakur again for putting the putting the sauce on everything on Twitter, man. That's big. That the thing is though, with that, like those types of things, they make out on the long run. Like people look at things like that and be like, oh well, they looking for immediate results, and sometimes it's the long term. The good thing about that is that let me see what number it's on, because I think the last time I checked, I think it was over 9,000. Let me see.
I'm just really here to spit my 2 cents, man. You know,
9,300.
At the end of the day, me, Jeff, and Blunt, it's one thing I will say, and I'll say this: we ain't prostitutes, bro. We sell our skills. We don't sell our time. So that's what it is, bro. We just selling skills.
Yeah. So it's 93, almost at 9,400. So the way I look at that, I'm like, that's going to equal out. At the end of the day, even the joint where we was trying to pronounce the names, that's at 200. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so we're doing.
That shit was hilarious.
That was hilarious. Like, Joseph Wilt hit me. He was like, "Bro, I be laughing every time I watch that shit, bro." Like, and that's what it's all about, though. Like, people are so serious.
So much more clips like that, dude. Like, we just can't. Like, if we were to go through the archives of videos and chop them up, bro, we would literally have an 3-hour clip full of clips just of funny moments, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So it's just like we got a lot going on, man. Like, but it's been a really good week for us. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you get a chance to go viral, in a sense, you know what I'm saying. But one of the biggest fighters in the sport, one of the most talented fighters in the sport, and Shakur, that's a good week for us, man. Shane, give me your social media, bro.
I don't even remember.
I underscore am Shane the number one. There you go.
Yeah, bro.
On Instagram, exclusively.
Man, we got to get you back on Twitter, man.
You got to get back on Twitter, bro. You got to get back on Twitter, man.
Check this out, bro. Go under Twitter under the podcast name. They don't know.
You could.
No, I'm not scared of my name.
No, it's not that. You ain't even got to worry about no waves because you coming in as a fresh face. Technically, you feel what I'm saying?
You could.
I need to there, bro.
But the thing is, though, but the thing is, bro, like, it's just, I'll say this, like, the plug is a completely different niche under Twitter than he is on the gram vlog. Am I lying?
Yeah, that's why I said Twitter's different, bro.
Like the plug, and for the people that don't know, we're talking about L-Dub, the plug. Like, L-Dub is a force on Twitter. Like, he's a force. Like, I mean, like, when he tweets something out, like, people be tapping in.
Wigs be on it. The
Yeah,
wigs
they
be
the
on it.
big
You
wigs
dig?
be on it. So it's just what you bring to the table. You can carve like a whole nother niche for yourself. So you can
You that
even
guy.
yeah,
You
you
that
can
guy.
even you can go under VP Shane, you can go under the podcast, you can go under whatever you feel is best. It's just what you bring to the table. I think Twitter is the best open market for you because you're gonna have the guys that support what you're saying, and then you got the guys that's gonna come at you. And you can actually get at people a lot better on Twitter than you can on Instagram, so or
Bro, I
YouTube.
don't even
So
lie. I don't even use social media like that anymore.
I
Like I
know
won't
you
lie.
don't. That's what I'm saying. Like it's but you can make yourself bigger than what you are right now.
Man, we
You can
trying
be
to
a bigger
go bigger as
commodity.
a unit, bro.
You
No,
We
can
that's a
be a
fact.
bigger you can become a bigger commodity on
inside the unit.
Twitter. Yeah, inside the unit. So it's like once we start going live and you know what we getting ready to do, like once we start doing that, then it's we streaming on my Twitter, we streaming on Vlog Twitter, we streaming on your Twitter, we streaming on my Facebook, we streaming on Vlogs Facebook, we streaming over here, we streaming over there, we streaming over there. So it's just like no matter where you turn, you're gonna see our face. If you add yourself to the mix on that platform, you're really just adding another platform, not only for the unit, but you're adding a platform for yourself um to make future moves even on the individual level. You know what I'm saying? Like so guys, it seemed like guys really be looking at the Twitter thing like real close. Like
Hey,
I think
you
you
know
can
what, Jeff?
I think you can make a real stamp. I think you can make a
Listen,
real
you
stamp.
know where Jeff mindset come from? He was mad that New Edition broke up when he was a kid. So he's always made sure, look, we gonna all be set up if we ever break up. He got that New Edition mindset.
That's
I
a
ain't mad
fact.
at him.
That's
I
a
ain't mad
fact.
at him.
No, that's funny as shit, but that's a fact though, because I'm just like, yo, if shit ever hits the fan, I'll be like, yo, everybody's good. Everybody's good. Like no matter what,
I
like
mean,
everybody good.
personally, to me, it's more important that Blunt establishes himself. It's very important for me that Blunt establishes himself more than
Well,
anything.
but
I
he
mean,
should be the reason why you should jump on the Twitter platform though. Cause
I'm active.
vlog situation about to turn after the Shakur thing. Trust
Nah,
me.
again,
It's about to
again,
turn. It's about to turn for sure.
you got to understand, bro. Nah, it's cool, bro. I
He's
understand.
getting
Okay, I'm taking risks. Understand.
he's getting seen. Vlog is getting seen in so many different places. He's getting seen not only on his own channel, but he's getting shown every time he's on here.
That's what I'm saying,
Then
bro. It's
he's
important because,
yeah, it's important.
as you said, if something happens and whatever happens and we can't do what we're doing right now anymore, as long as Vlog can do what he's doing moving forward, I'm confident and everything will be cool because
Yeah, right.
Vlog's been in a situation where he's put a lot of effort in, but at the
Yeah,
same time he hasn't been able to reap the immediate rewards yet.
yeah,
So
the
that's
dude.
why he's a person who I kind of want him to see a certain lifestyle when
But
it comes to this game.
but the new
Manifest.
edition thing is kind of a perfect analogy because it's just like I said, everybody can be a like I said, people think because you all in one you all under one mansion, like everybody not a boss within the mansion. Like you know what I'm saying? I'm like everybody's they own boss. I'm like if you setting yourself up accordingly, I'm like no matter how it shake, at the end of the day, like when Vlog leaves here, he has his channel to go to, he has his social media to go to, he got his own people to go to. You know what I'm saying? Shane, when you leave, if you want to get into a MTK global event or whatever the case may be, you could line that up by tomorrow. So you got your own situation set up, and then
The truth
I
is,
got my own stuff to turn to.
I'm not,
So
I'm not, I'm not, um, I'm not in a rush. Everybody
yeah,
who I talk to, or like even when I speak to YSM, like he's very, very, very serious about what he does. But there's a certain level of urgency. To me, I'm not in a
well,
rush. Like,
the thing is though, you may not be in a rush, but you got something called momentum. We call that Uncle Mo. Uncle Mo don't be around all the time, man. You got a nice
Yeah.
momentum going on right now, so you want to kind of maximize that wave at this point because people know who you are. Like if you go on other people's you go on other people's channels and podcasts and lives and things like that. They like, oh, that's Shane from here, or vlog jumping at joint. Oh, that's BFV from here. That's Blunt from here. Like you're once you get to a point when you're like known like in these boxing streets, like you do everything you can to kind of ride the wave and make yourself bigger than what you are. I just look at it like you have a minimum amount of people on Instagram, but all of them are important. So I look at Twitter and I'm like, you'll automatically be at like 1,000 reaching out to those same types of people, and then you can attack you. And the thing is, just because you have an account, don't mean you got to be crazy active with it. If you just think it's something important, you can get on there just to follow L Dub. L Dub has way more information on Twitter than he's just nice enough to forward the stuff on the gram. Like, but Twitter's where it's at. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just
get back in the game, Shane. He
you gotta
tired.
get back. You gotta get back. You gotta get back in, man. Even if you gotta ease your way back in, you gotta get back
in the
in.
game. Follow me on Twitter at BoxingFirstVlog. I think we got one more day for that poll. I think I put it up for 7 days or something like that. So y'all try to hit that one up if you get a hot second. And it's crazy work on Instagram, like always. Boxing number 1 VOLG.
I was saying it's something to think about, bro.
For sure,
something to think about. Where's this poll at, bro? I don't see it.
It ain't up there no more. You ain't hit it. It was like at I think like 57-43%. Everybody thought Thurman was gonna get the KO. So they leaning your way, whoever voted. I don't know how many.
I don't see it. Yeah, I don't see it.
It probably went down. I only had it up 7 days.
No, it was cool. You know where I was siding with it.
Yeah. That's what I said. Last I looked at it like 2 days ago, it was like 57%.
Yeah. No, it's a shame. Something to think about. And it's really just, we just think you're gonna be a lot bigger than where you at. You know what I'm saying? Right now, and that's just what it is. Like, but that's another story for another day. But I'm all over the place though. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, G5JeffTV, website G5JeffTV.com. The Boxing Prediction Fantasy League is going to be a bonanza on February 5th. You can get your appetizer this weekend with Gary Russell, the injured Gary Russell. You know what I'm saying? And then February 5th, we're going to have a whole bonanza of fights. And hey, you might win the league in one night. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Awesome. It might be a tie between Vlog and his chick, and they got to fight over the cash. Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? $275 a pop. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, man.
Losing that fight.
He definitely losing that fight.
You're definitely anybody who goes in a fight with their woman, they're losing.
Yeah, they losing, bro. They losing for sure.
And it's first round knockout as well. Because a chick's got one line, or your wife or your spouse has one line or one thing she has to do, and then you've lost.
Yeah, for sure, man.
You guys know what? Exactly.
No, absolutely, man. Listen, man. On behalf of VP Shane, Boxing First Vlog, aka the General, aka Blunt, aka Blunt Bayless, and your boy G5 Jeff TV, aka G5, aka 5, aka the Guru. This was episode 50. The Goodfellas podcast. Episode 51 will be coming right up. Hopefully there's a purse bid tomorrow that we can talk about, and hopefully that'll be the topic. On behalf of the staff, that was episode 50. We out.